Hello guys from Citica channel. We're going to talk about the history of Portugal, and it is the first video, yes, from my Portuguese course. You can see the first and the second video on the platform, but I can say for you first. Subscribe on my channel, click on the bell, click on like and comment, okay? My social media is Twitter, ciência em todo o tempo polimatia de Citica, and the Twitch is Magno Citica Video Aulas, okay? So, but I talked about the prehistory of the Iberian Peninsula, the ancient history, the first people, and I talked about the Romans, the Suebi, the Visigoths, and the Muslims, okay? But I didn't talk about the language that was talked by the Paleo-Hispania. That is, the first peoples talk this language, and like I said before, is really tied the influence of this language on the formation of the modern language. But it's really important to stress for you, and we have the Celtics and the Aquitanian, and the Aquitanian, that was the first people, is going to talk Basque, but in this time they used to talk the Paleo Basque, and was a language that they didn't have an influence of the Latin, and the presence of the Paleo Basque is present nowadays. When you can see the Basque, is going to see that the Latin didn't influence the Basque. And this is really interesting because the Basque is really different from the other language of the peninsula. Like, for example, the Leonese, the Mirandese, the Aragon, the Portuguese, the Alsatian is really. But you're going to see that the brass Celtic, the lusitan, have an origin that is Indo-European, like the Celtics, the Tardetinian, and the Tardetinian and the Iberics. But it is really interesting to understand that the brass Celtic is more near. It is near to the German language. Like, for example, we're going to see a word like father. Yes, father exists in the spirit in the Lusitan. And nowadays, the Portuguese say pai, and the Spanish used to talk padre. The father doesn't exist in anymore, okay? And it is everything that I have to say about the Celtics. You have another dialects too, but the Lusitan is the most interesting, is the most important. And the Tardetinian, the Tardetanian, and the Iberian have the same structure. So it is Iberian language, the Greek, and the Punic, okay? The Iberian language is the same thing, but is more distant, is further than the German language, but have this. This language had the influence of the Indo-European language and have the same roots, but it wasn't possible to see this in this period. It is more further the roots from the Lusitan and from the German language, okay? And the Greek and the Punic is going to be present in this time, and in the Iberian region is going to bring forth the sorotap that was talked in a time, and after time was erased like others, but was the language that didn't stay for a good time in the mouths of the people. This language don't have a lot of things to you can start and can see the bedrock of this language, and so this is more this have a lot of mystery, okay, surround this language, but it is everything that I have to say about the ancient language of the Iberian Peninsula, okay? But in the next class, I'm going to talk about the evolution of the Latin Vulgar, okay? The Vulgar Latin. But the Latin and the the Visigoth and the Arabic is going to be good, for we understand that the language is going to underwent an influence by this language, but the Catholic Church not going to be able to hold the changings of the Vulgar Latin, and after time the Austro-Leonese, the Galician Portuguese, the Navarro Aragonese, the Old Provençal, that is the Occitan, the Castilian, that is the Spanish, and the Basque gave birth. So this language is going to be bring forth, and after time is going to underwent the influence of another continents, and everyone is going to inspire each other. So the roots is going to obey the Paleo-Hispanic language, that is everything that rests in the spirit, and is going to drink by the resource of the Astur, that is the Subi and the Visigoth language, and of course chiefly the Latin. So it is the resource of this resemblance, the Latin language, and we're going to talk about this in the next class. What language is going to be bring forth in the modern times, and why it's important to understand everything about the history of Iberian Peninsula before to talking about the Galician Portuguese. Okay, so I'm going to upload another video talking about the Portuguese course, but after a time I'm going to resume this class, but share with your friends, comment, click on the bell, on the like, subscribe on the channel, and this is everything. So bye.